Hello everyone, I'm Sharon from Sharonatsea Travel, and today we're on the Carnival Elation, and we have two connecting OCEANVIEW cabins, U152 and U148 right next door, and we're going to give you a little tour of our cabins. But before we go inside, I want to mention one important thing, because I know you Carnival cruisers out there, you love having the door magnets on your door. Now I want to say one thing, these doors aren't really very magnetic. Let me show you here. We put our magnet up here, and our dear friends made us, and look at that. It does, nothing sticks. So we had to use magnets here, and we noticed other people on board as well were using magnets to hang their magnets. So now let's go inside and take a look. All right, we made it in the cabin, and right here on the back of the door is the safety map here that tells you where your muster station is, along with other safety information that you may need to know, how to use your life vest and all that good stuff. There's also a little peephole right here, and right down here is a light for the whole entire cabin. And then we have 5 shelves right inside the door here. One of the shelves right here has the in-room safe. We usually use these, we just kind of set our packing cubes and a few other things on these shelves. There's 2 drawers down here. We actually didn't need to use them because we had plenty of space in the rest of the closets here. So the bathroom's over here, we'll show you that in just a minute. But we have 2 closets right here. This first closet has a shelf right here on the bottom. It also has a little shelf up top, 2 bars for your clothes. There's another bar down here. We actually chose to just use it as a shelf and put the laundry basket down here. And this shelf is a permanent structure here. It does not flip up and down like some of them do. So that is where we put some of our things. We were able to put all of our hanging things in this closet because there was plenty of space for the 2 of us. Up above, there's some life vests. Make sure there's one for every party in your cabin. That's very important. You have a full-length closet here, so all of the long dresses will fit. We have our shoes at the bottom there, and then there's a full-length mirror here, so you can see how you look. So that's always nice when you're getting ready for dinner. Now, before we go into the bathroom here, let's take a look here. There's a thermostat on the wall. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. You just push the buttons up and down if you want it cooler or warmer. So far, it's been pretty cool in this room, so we haven't had any issues with that. So now let's take a look in the bathroom. One important thing I want to say, if you're sharing a cabin with someone else and they're in the bathroom, don't bump into this light switch right here, because this is the light switch for the bathroom, and you don't want to leave them in the dark when they're maybe sitting on the toilet or something. That would not be good. Now let's take a look at the bathroom. So first off, we have the shower here. There is shampoo and a shower gel. No conditioner, ladies, so make sure you bring your own conditioner. There is a clothesline across that will stretch across. You can hang things to dry. Of course, there's the old school shower curtain. There's a nice little sink there with a shelf on top. You know, we found it to be plenty of space for us, for 2 people. Probably for a family, it might be a little lacking. There's also plenty of rods over there for your towels. They had plenty of towels hanging. All right, and one thing here is there is the little magnet back here to hold the door open, and kind of a funny story. When we first got in the room, I was thinking that these were other like hooks to hang things on. I didn't even realize that they were magnets, but that works out pretty cool. And a nice thing is, since there aren't lights inside your closet, like at night and it's kind of dark in here and you want to see what's in your closet, you can just open the bathroom door, have the light on, and it gives you plenty of light for your closet here without kind of disrupting the rest of your cabin mates. So there you go. Now let's take a look at the rest of the room. So first I'm going to talk about the phone. I really think that this is cool that the phone's on the wall. Most cruises we were on, the phone's usually on the counter, and I don't like that it takes up all that counter space. So I found this to be really cool, especially being an older ship, that they have this kind of little, kind of a newer looking phone on the wall. There's a couple shelves here. You have a little counter space, a little desk area. Over here, there is a European plug. So you can always bring one of these little handy adapters here, like this, if you want to use it to needed extra space. We also have 2 American plugs here and 2 USBs over here. There's also a light for this mirror up here. And we always bring an American adapter as well. So far, we have not actually needed them. We thought we might with this being an older ship, but with having 2 American plugs, the USBs, and I'll show you in a minute, but there's also 2 USBs on the opposite side of the bed, which is very nice as well. So we've had plenty of ways to connect all of our devices. We also have a little drawer here, which has the hair dryer, the cruise ship hair dryer in it. A little bit of an older hair dryer. I bring on my own as well on older ships usually, and I have my like other flat iron and other hair devices in here. I use that drawer for. Also, the mini fridge is down here, and it's more of a cooler than a mini fridge on Carnival, but there's space for a few waters, a few drinks, sodas, and things like that. You have a little stool down here. It's always nice in front of the desk area and the mirror area to get ready. Here's that trash can that they always hide under things at Carnival, and I always hate that. I like it out where you can throw things and I don't have to want to bend over all the time and pull it out. Next up, over here, there's a couple of hooks that are attached to the wall. So those are nice because I'm going to show you how the other magnets work in a minute. So that came in very handy, especially with it being an older ship, having some secured hooks on the wall. There's a lot of space over here. Some cabins will have little sofas, a chair, and things like that, but with this being a connecting cabin, I'll show you this in a minute. It's kind of an open area here. So we just actually have one of our luggage pieces out here, and we've used it just to kind of set things on because we have a lot of room. And one thing I mentioned as we came in the cabin with the door sign is how kind of the walls are not that magnetic. And here's what I mean. Now, this is a 100-pound magnet, which on most cruise ships, that will hold a lot, like a couple hoodies, something heavy. And it sounds pretty secure there. But let me show you here. There's not much, see, it doesn't hold much weight on these walls. So even though they do have, like, I guess, some magnetic features, like they don't hold a lot. So they're not very magnetic, unfortunately. But look at this beautiful view here on this TV. We are actually leaving Nassau right now, and you can see us pulling out, so that's nice. But there's a very nice big screen TV right here over the bed. It does move. One thing I'll say, it's not interactive. You can't check your account or anything on this particular cruise ship, but it's great. It does have limited channels. There's not really pay-per-view movies or anything, but they do have a few movie options that they will repeat and show throughout the day, but you don't really have a large selection or choice of them. Now, here's our big queen-size bed here. It's been pretty comfortable. Average comfort, I guess, for a cruise ship bed. Over here, there's a little night table, only on this side. There are 2 USB ports, as I mentioned here. On this side, there's also these little lights over both sides of the bed, which just turns on and off this little night light down here. The top light here will be works off the main switch in the room over there. There's a little open cubby here as well, so more storage space, and a nice big window here with a nice shelf, windowsill shelf. We've kind of stored a few of our belongings up here, and our cute little towel animal. And finally, the last thing I want to show you is this door right here. This is the connecting door to the kids' room over here. There is just one door. I know some cruise lines, some ships will have like 2 doors. They open on, on both sides. This has just the one door. They do have to get the manager to unlock it once we got on board the ship, and then we just keep it open the whole time. So you can book a connecting cabin, and you may not know who's next door to you because people can just book rooms and they're connecting, or you can book them with the mindset, that you are a family and you're going to be having the door open. So if you don't know the people next door to you, they will keep it locked at all times. Like I said, we wanted ours open, so we had them unlock it for us. They didn't have any door stoppers to hold it open, so we put a little towel up here to kind of hold it open. So it kind of gives you the feeling that you have kind of like a big 2-room suite when you really just have 2 ocean view cabins. And those are great for families And one tip is if you want to book connecting cabins as a family, I do suggest booking kind of far out in advance, several months in advance, because they do book up fairly quickly because families do like having the connecting cabins. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed our cabin tour here of our connecting ocean view cabins. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more tips, reviews, and vlogs if you're not subscribed yet. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.